Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
What? Black Friday reloaded this week only. Shop from Thursday the 24th of March for up to 60% off selected items like the Lenovo 14-inch laptop. No, just $1,239. Save $210. Save $300 off the GoPro elliptical Strider. Only $899. And get the LG 43-inch UHD 4K smart television for only $2,299. Save $700. Plus, with Quartz-ready finance, get 2 months free. Get the best deal. Black Friday reloaded. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Doors open from 8 a.m. See in-store or online for details.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. Following protests by Layou residents on Wednesday against the proposed construction of a jetty at Jackson Bay, Representative for the Central Leeward constituency and Minister of National Mobilization Orlando Brewster, during a call to Star Radio, clarified the issue. Minister Brewster said that persons are incorrect in saying that the jetty has already been given government approval, when in fact it is still in the application phase and objection to the project is still possible.
There is a process, I must say that, and this is just the application phase. And I've seen persons saying that, listen, they don't get permission for bail, the government give, and that is absolutely not true. And let me denounce that now. It is in the beginning phase of this whole application process. And everyone is given a due diligence because the physical planning board would have to do their studies and their assessment. But however, there is a stipulated time. I think it is within 14 days. If there is an objection to the structure being constructed, you have to get those documentation into the physical planning board to let them know, listen, I don't think this thing is suitable for here, and so on and so forth.
That was the representative for the Central Leeward constituency and Minister of National Mobilization, Orlando Brewster. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves was not present at yesterday's sitting of Parliament as a result of him coming down with what he called a terrible flu. Prime Minister Gonsalves, during a brief call to Star Radio yesterday, discussed his symptoms, where he joked about so far being able to avoid contracting COVID-19, but somehow still falling ill with the flu. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I'm not feeling well and I wouldn't be at Parliament. There's nothing too seriously untoward. I got a terrible cold, terrible flu. Apparently it's going around. I mean, I escaped COVID and then end up with the flu. It really mashed me up. It's a lot of stuffiness, headache, when naturally if you have to, all the phlegm, you have to get it out of your system and then develop the coughing and the bronchitis now. It caught me when I was tired. And I've been pushing my limits so that my body became susceptible now.
The Prime Minister, during his call, also confirmed that he had tested negative for COVID-19 after undergoing both rapid antigen and PCR tests.
I knew from the beginning that it wasn't COVID because I didn't have any of those symptoms. But on Saturday, I took a rapid test and it was negative. And yesterday evening, I took a PCR just in case it might have been possible for me to go to Parliament, and that is also negative. So it's not a COVID situation. It's not that, anybody can get COVID, but this one is a flu, a terrible one.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. On to news in the region. More than 450,000 low and middle income Jamaican households consuming up to 200 kilowatt hours of electricity per month will receive a 20% contribution towards their bill payments over the next 4 months, Jamaica's Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, has announced. The initiative, which is being offered under the Jamaican government's proposed We Care Energy Copay program, is expected to largely benefit persons earning smaller incomes, including vendors, security guards, housekeepers, household workers, bartenders, waiters, handymen, many occupations in the informal economy, and hard-working Jamaicans on minimum wage or just above. Jamaica's finance minister said the program, expected to cost approximately Jamaican $2 billion, is being implemented as a temporary intervention to cushion the impact of higher electricity prices on the most vulnerable. These increases have been sparked by hikes in global oil prices, largely fueled by the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Cardiovascular diseases are the leading causes of death in Barbados, and their risk factors, diabetes and hypertension, are among the most common diseases diagnosed in primary care. These conditions contribute to a disability and poor quality of life that result in long term use of health services and add to the country's financial burden. Fortunately, most of these diseases are preventable. The Barbados National Registry has documented and reported heart attacks and strokes in Barbados for the past 10 years. From 2010 to 2014, there was an average of 361 heart attacks and 600 strokes, compared to 452 heart attacks and 680 strokes from 2015 to 2019. While most of these events are occurring in persons over 65 years old, cases are happening in the younger population as well. Strokes and heart attacks can lead to long term complications like depression and disability, limiting the quality of life and productivity for these patients in cases where they do not return to full capacity. On the international scene, some 20,100 visas have been issued by the United Kingdom to Ukrainian refugees with family links to the UK, the Home Office has said. On Thursday, the government had received 35,500 applications under the Ukraine Family Scheme, which launched earlier this month. The UK has been increasing its visa offer to refugees from the Ukraine war, extending it to parents, grandparents, and siblings, as well as immediate family, and lengthening the visas to 3 years. But it has faced criticism that its scheme is less generous than the European Union's, with member states allowing Ukrainian refugees in for up to 3 years without a visa. The UK government has also launched its Homes for Ukraine scheme, which will let people in the UK host refugees in their homes. And finally, in sports, Jack Leach and Saqib Mahmood were England's unlikely saviors after the tourist top order collapsed on day one of the decisive third test against the West Indies. Having been asked to bat first on a lively pitch, England crumbled to 114-9 before Leach and Mahmood shared a crucial last wicket partnership of 90 in Grenada. Mahmood was bowled in the final over of the day for 49, his highest score in professional cricket, but not before he and Leach had dragged England to 204. That represents an admirable recovery from England, who were facing being dismissed below 100 when they fell from 23-0 to 90-8 earlier in the day. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts, St. Vincent Limited.
You asked for it, and it's here. Quartz Black Friday Reloaded. Up to 60% off selected items. Incredible doorbuster deals and more. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll pay your VAT or ABST. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Employee pricing up to 20% off. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's BOGO. Buy one, get one up to 50% off. And 4 p.m. till closing. Pick your discount with a chance to win your purchase free. It's Quartz Black Friday Reloaded. March 25th to the 27th. Preview day Thursday, March 24th. See in store for details. Quartz, bringing value home.